felt dizziness going round and around. Is anybody listening? We're making a sound. Sound the alarm. All hands on deck. We're trying hard to earn some respect. Now that we've said our piece, we need you to help us, please. Tell us about when you were our age. Were you bold or were you afraid?
Do you hear the sound? The sound of crying. Do you hear the sound? There's no denying. Do you hear the sound? Or what are you gonna do? Do you hear the sound? We're reaching out to you. Is anybody listening?
If we played a video back of you, would we see that you struggle too? Is anybody listening? We need to hear from you to help us make it through, so that we can be a light to the world too. After all, we just want to be heard, so that we can stand on God's word. We have hands laying, people praying, praising, worshiping, dancing, and people singing.
Do you hear the sound? The sound of crying. Do you hear the sound? There's no denying. Do you hear the sound? What are you gonna do? Do you hear the sound? We're reaching out to you. Is anybody listening? How did you say no to drugs? How did you say no to sex? How did you say no to violence? How did you earn your friends' respect? Is anybody listening? How did you say no to drugs? How did you say no to sex? How did you say no to violence? How did you earn your friends' respect? Is anybody listening?
Proverbs 22:6 say, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is grown, he will not depart from you. Is anybody listening?
Preach, girl!
Matthew 5:14 says, you are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden. Let your light so shine that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Is anybody listening?
Preach,
I
girl!
said, is anybody listening?
Preach, girl!
1 Thessalonians 5 proclaims, but you, brothers, are in the dark so that this day would overtake you like a thief. For you are all sons of light and of the day. We are not of night or darkness. So then we must not sleep. Let us rest, but must stay awake and be sober. Is anybody listening?
Preach, girl!
We need you. We want to be a light to the world.
Is anybody listening? wanna be a light to the world.
Let me hear y'all.
Is anybody listening?
Everybody on your feet.
We wanna be a light to the world. Is anybody listening? We wanna be a light to the world. Is anybody listening? We wanna be a ooh, 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 yeah.
One more time. We want to be.
We wanna be a light to the world. Is anybody listening? We wanna be a light to the world. Is anybody listening? We wanna be a light to the world. Is anybody listening? Ooh, 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 yeah. Woo! Woo! Hey!
How many of y'all enjoyed that? How many of y'all enjoyed that? All right, children. Take your parents by the hand and look them in the eye and say, may I ask you to do me a favor today? Y'all got to y'all parents yet? Find them. Come on, quickly. If you don't have a parent here, tell an adult to grab you. Your hand. Right. All right, everybody got it? Everybody settled? Ask them, say, may I ask you to do me a favor today? Can you please take one day out of this week to tell me about when you were young and how to tell me about when you were young and how you made it through, so that one day I can be a light to the world too. Now give them a big hug and a kiss and say I love you. All right.